There are two speeches that are given that I've always found to be very, very powerful ones that appear in Chumash, and both of them received almost similar results, which were in the negative. One of the most powerful speeches I always found was given way, way back in the end of Parshas Vayetze from Yaakov to Lavan. When Yaakov is confronted by Lavan, and Yaakov finally, after all the years of 20 years of pent-up frustration, all that he did to Lavan, and how he was cheated and tricked time and time again, and he finally opens up and he explains for Lavan what happened, how he worked so hard and so trustworthy. I worked and I worked honestly and I was loyal and I did everything right, and you cheated me and you tricked me time and time again. And if not for the fact that Hakadosh Baruch Hu was watching over me, you would have sent me away empty-handed. A very, very powerful speech. And the response that is given is, Lavan turns around to Yaakov and he says, "What are you talking about? These are my children. It's all mine. All the property is mine. Everything is mine." Basically saying to Yaakov, everything you said is completely and totally erroneous. And now we move ahead to this week's parasha, Parshas Vaera, where another very, very powerful speech is given and receives almost an identical response. Moshe Rabbeinu was told by Hakadosh Baruch Hu to say, what could be better? What could be convincing? What could be a more powerful message? And finally, Moshe is waiting for the response of Klal Yisrael. Moshe. Not a response, nothing. Nobody can, nobody's home. So it's a little bit of a letdown. Here we have two such powerful drushes, such earth-shattering messages. They're presented with such emotion. And the response is so powerful. The response is so bland. And I think that there are really almost two different reasons why the response fails to understand, to appreciate the significance of the message. And I think that it's something that speaks to each and every one of us whenever a message is put forth to us. Sometimes the reason why we don't understand and we don't internalize when words are told to us, even if they're delivered so powerfully, is simply because we have our own preconceptions, our own misconceptions about the world around us. We have certain hanachas, we have certain premises, we have certain truths that we hold to be so, and therefore when a person questions that, so we go into denial. And whatever the person said, no matter how convincing the arguments are, we will put forth the exact opposite of what the person is saying. Everything that the person is saying will be turned around and will be misconstrued, will be misapplied, and to completely deny the message that's being put so forward, so straightforward in front of our very faces. And Yaakov Avinu puts forth a very straight, logical argument explaining to Lavan, this is what happened, this is what the terms of the deal were, and this is how you cheated me, and this is how you tricked me, and this is what I did, and I was loyal, and I was honest, and this is what happened. And Lavan says, no, it didn't. Habanim banai, banos benosai, hatzon soni, everything belongs to me. Yaakov, your understanding of reality is completely off, a complete denial of what the facts that are presented, no matter how powerful drush it is, the person's in denial. That's one reason why a person doesn't listen. And then there's another reason why a person doesn't listen. That's what happens in Parshas Vaera. Moshe Rabbeinu comes forward, the most greatest drush of all time, and V'lo shama Moshe, Klal Yisrael are not in denial. Klal Yisrael are not arguing with Moshe Rabbeinu. They're not taking it point by point like Lavan did to Yaakov. There's simply nobody home. There's nobody to talk to. Their mindset is such that they cannot even process what is being told to them. These are the two challenges that we have when we are shown, when we are given, we're presented the message that impacts on our lives, messages that speak to our neshama, messages that require of us to perhaps change our ways, messages of chazor b'tshuva. So sometimes the response is, what do you mean? All your facts are wrong. That's the Lavan response. And sometimes the response is no response whatsoever. There's nobody home, nobody to speak to. Hakadosh Baruch Hu should give us a siyata d'shmaya. Whenever the messages come, and whenever the good messages and the powerful messages, when Hakadosh Baruch Hu sends his shlichim to be ma'ayir us to tshuva, to try to bring us to correct ourselves and to perfect ourselves, not to fall into the traps of the loved ones who were able to turn all the messages on their heads, and not to turn ourselves into Klal Yisrael. In the time of the Shibud, we just weren't able to listen because L'shama Moshe Mikos Baruch Hu. Each and every time when a message is sent to us by Kadosh Baruch Hu, let's see if we can rise to the occasion, open up our ears, and listen and actually internalize the significance of that message.